Hi, this is Barbara, and I'm here to just give it another chance. I wanted to talk and say hello, and it's Sunday, so I'll try not to be too long. I've got a busy day today. The doors are opening like crazy. Everything is going well. There's a lot of doors and windows opening, and as I had mentioned before, just because the window opens, don't jump through it. Just wait and see. It's just for your observation. It's just a matter of finding what you like, let it feel good for you. The opportunities are there. Good. They'll wait for you because anything he has given you will not be taken from you. So that's a really nice thing to know and be aware of. And remember, too, that sometimes we're on a journey and we think, this is our journey, but it's not the only journey. We have lots of journeys in our life, and I think for the most part, we ought to be considering if your day is not looking that good, look the other way and see what's better over there that is absolutely obtainable. Trying to understand things that other people are wanting for you is not always what it's about. And remember, too, that where you are is not who you are. It's a stepping stone to where you're going. And do we really want to know where we're going? I had mentioned that in a few videos ago. Do we really want to know where we're going? It takes the fun out of it. I mean, you can have your path and avenues like I do. I've got all this new businesses opening up. I'm wondering do I really want to do this at my age? Do I want to jump in and do all this at my age? I mean, haven't I already done enough? Not really, I haven't. But it seems it. And I'm looking forward to having all sorts of people popping into my life and helping me along the journey now, because I think they're going to have more fun with my work now, and because it's going outward and to different aspects of our lives that is so helpful and beneficial that I'm asking God to bring me the people that I need to finish up this part of the journey, because there's a few other paths I wanted to check out along the way. So isn't that fun? Today is May 8th, I think, and I'm liking it better. I'm enjoying life better. I'm thinking, where was I yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that, I didn't see the things that I'm seeing now? It's because this right here was thinking too much, and it disallows what is there to arise. That is signals and messages for you to receive. Isn't that fun? I mean, it's kind of fun to think there is a path, there is a journey. Is there a right way and a wrong way? I'm unsure. But I know that I choose the easier path. I don't always get that because that's where there's no learning on an easy path. There's no learning. It's a matter of finding yourself in a place where you're going like, what is he doing with me now? And you think, how am I to do this? I'm not even qualified. But then you remember, years ago you were not qualified either, and that happened, and this happened, and this happened, because God doesn't choose the qualified. He qualifies who he chooses. Count on it. If he puts you to it, he'll get you through it. And I sat for many years on my desk, a sign that said that. If he puts you to it, he'll get you through it. And I know it. I'm proof of it. I'm telling you. I'm proof of it. It is what it is. And so if you dare to take the first step, the heavens open up for you. And the wind comes under your wings. And you start seeing that your baby steps are not getting you there because you're seeing too much along the way. You're seeing too much along the way. But if you take giant steps and start running along the path, you notice the big stuff and you don't notice the small stuff. You know how they say don't sweat the small stuff? I really think that's true. And I really think it's true that because we once were doesn't mean we still are, and that's good or bad. So don't be going back on your laurels and all these people say, well, I did this and I did this and I did that and I was so great back then and I was this and that. It doesn't matter. It only matters about what are you now. What is the present look like for you? Because people are coming into our lives all the time now, and I'm so grateful for that. My life's getting busier and busier And I'm grateful for that because it's taking up time and I don't have to be worried about thinking and wondering about the steps I think I should take, because I'm the first one to tell you, stop thinking. Stop thinking. Allow the thoughts to come. These are the ones you are to act on. So today is a marvelous day. Look at that. The palm trees blowing over my head. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's nice. I'm heading back to Maine in a couple of weeks just to get a little business done. And I'll be back again to Florida. I don't know how this is going to work for me in the long run, but I know that I dare. I know that I'm going to be the best that I can be. And I know in the past that there's always been so much more than what I thought I was capable of. So I'm expecting that you too will find the same thing. Go ahead and dare. Step out. Step out in your life. There's a new journey waiting for you, but he's not going to prepare it for you. He's not going to put a guarantee on it with you. He's not going to give you a return ticket. He's going to say, you go ahead and trust in me, and I'll show you what I can do after that. And that is the way of it. Today, there's so much. I've been working all day. I've been writing. I have appointments. Dreams are coming true. And I'm getting things done. Manufacturing, publishing, all sorts of things that I want to get. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it completed. You know, this is just what's on the list for me to put my attention to and my intention on. Put your intention on what you want and stay focused on it, and it appears. Someone calls and said, hey, have you seen so-and-so lately? You met somebody else who wants to meet you. You meet somebody, it's like, oh, there's your manufacturing. I love that. You meet somebody there and and you say yes to life. I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Thank you anyway. I don't want to do that. I'm just quite content to stay home and do nothing and read and write and that sort of thing. And then you say yes to life because I am instructed. It's time to start saying yes to life. When someone says, yes, do this, I have to say yes. And that's where I'm finding the connections that I need. I am also gifted at auditory and told. In another month in June, there's going to be so many contacts in my life, from soul contacts, old soul contacts, not old people that I remember and know, but contacts on a soul consciousness level that are coming in to get the job done. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. So I'm looking forward to that. And so, yes, I have to start saying yes to life when I choose not to go anywhere or do anything. I like staying in my own little comfy zone. Everything's all nice and pretty, and I like it like that. But then you step out of your comfort zone and you realize that's where your growth is. That's where you're going to find the benefits and the goal-oriented people that you're going to need. And that means you too. I don't mean to say I don't care, because I do. I do care that you find the right way, the right direction. But I also know that when you put your mind to it and your expectations on it, it has to come. It has to come your way. When you expect things to go right, they go right. When you expect to be benefited from whatever service you're doing or not doing, it comes in the way that's going to serve you best. It might not be in the way that you expect it to, but it is there for you. So I hope you'll take the time out of your own thinking and thoughts and ways that you think are ahead for you and say, what were you saying, Lord? What? Because I give up all of me for you, so you direct me in the way that you want me to go. And I will thrive for you. Because that's what I tell him all the time. I will thrive for you. Because my own way was just mediocre. Mediocre. Fun, nice. I've always had a pretty good life, you know. But now it's huge. And it has the potential to be more than huge. And I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. But if these wonderful soulmates come in and start taking my business off to other limits so that I can just sit and write about all these experiences that I've had that I can't tell you about because they're too unbelievable, and you would say, okay, that's it, shut it off. She's really exaggerating it now. No, I don't, ever. But I do have a life that I can't talk about because it is so remarkable. And there's not but 3 or 4 people I can talk about, and they're all right here in Naples. That's why this is my connection. It's not the beautiful sunshine and those blue sky, white clouds. It's not just that. It's that the people here, God has given me people who love me just the way I am. I don't have to be anything or do anything. It is so phenomenal. That's when I began to realize what love was. It's like you don't have to do anything. Nothing at all. It's just there. And no one expects anything of you because you're already okay the way you are. And they are okay the way they are. And it is showing me a new way to love because after the grieving and such of the last couple of years, I am now on and ready to try, I say I am, to try to look forward and not backward, to put my feet in the forward direction and see where they're going to lead me. Because I've trusted all these years to be it His way, not my way, and it has always, always, always been great. I mean, beyond what I am. So when people say, oh, Barbara, you're this and you're just wonderful, Barbara, it's like, no, if you only knew that I am nothing without Him. Nothing. He adds to me. He makes me. He helps me. He assists in me. His angels, His guides, His counsel, whatever it is, those non-physical beings that are all around me all the time, that babies see and dogs and animals see. Even dogs will turn around and look at me as I go by. Isn't that fun? Babies especially love me because they see all this. And I think it's around you too. Open to it. You have to open to it to get it. Sometimes in life we have to release what we have to get what we want. And sometimes what you want is a lot less than what He wants to give you. And these are the little moments that I like to spend when I get all inspired. And I said, go put the camera on, go put the camera on. And never mind what you look like, just go do it. And so I do that. So I don't need to look great. I don't. And I don't need to be accepted. I'm hoping that I'm going to be saying some little nuggets and trinkets for you, that it's going to just hit something in you that says, well, I happen to know Barbara. And if she can do it, I can do it too. And that is usually how I get people to understand how great they are. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. And for me, it's always been about releasing who I am. I don't care. I don't care. I release who I am to be who I ought to be, should be, He wants me to be. And that way I can step in the shoes of anyone. I can probably and most often have done almost everything I've ever chosen to do. When I wanted to paint, become an artist, I looked up and said, anybody want to paint? And I had my brushes and my paints all up, and because I'm a pretty good artist now, but I don't pat myself on the back for that, because it's just things happen. I'll make a beautiful colored whatever, just playing with the paints and colors, and I'll stand back and I'll look at it and I'll turn it upside down. It's like, oh my gosh, a slash here and a slash here, and look at the angel in the clouds. This is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And people say, oh, you're just great. You can do all this stuff. And it's like, if you only knew. No, I'm not. But I sure had fun doing it. And I think if we release of ourselves what we think is so darn important and allow the gifts to come in and enter without giving it thinking and thoughts and dwelling upon and considerations and analyzing everything, we can be whatever we choose to be, because we have all of it inside of us, all of it. And soon I'm going to put together some stuff. I'm writing right now, writing, and trying to get over what happened to me in the last year and a half since my husband died. It's unexplainable to how deeply in depth of grief I was. And I do not understand how that happened to me, understanding how wonderful it is and how beautiful God's kingdom is, my kingdom is, and I'll see him later, but I guess I just wasn't done with him right now. I still wanted to finish out our path and journey together, which I still do. But I trust he will take me to another and other places where he will use me. I will enjoy myself thoroughly as I usually do. And we can go on with a new part of the journey. I hope you'll follow along. I have notes, all the things I wanted to say, but I haven't touched them yet. It was, remember to remember, your past doesn't concern your future. So change your mind and change your life. Change your mind. Do you know how we use our mind and we think, well, you know so much. Most people, anyway, they know so much. They are so educated that they don't even know what their own mind is because they've been drilled with so much information. And then the ones who think they know everything, like me, for instance. I'm good at changing my mind, though, and I'm very good at letting you be whoever you are. If you don't want to change, that's okay. But when you do, I know you're going to be able to just change your mind. Stop thinking about the things you're thinking about if you don't want them in your life anymore. Stop thinking about them. Push the delete button. And in the meantime, just ask, because he says, if you don't ask, I can't give it to you. And then after you ask, if you don't allow me to give it to you, because your own thinking is saying, well, this can never happen, that can never happen, this has to happen before that happens. That's not you trusting him. And it may go really, really slow. In the meantime, I'm sitting in the Florida sun. It's quite warm, quite beautiful, though. I always look for a nice location for you to enjoy with me. But right now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you in a few days. I'm always promising to be organized, but I never am. So I have meetings this afternoon with editors, and they look at my stuff and they go like, this is really good, this is really good, this is really good. But I have to write it so other people understand it too, not just you and me. So that's what we do, argue a little bit, and then I'll say, God, you do it, I'm going, see ya, I trust. And let them have it and go to work on it and let it be good, because it's out of my hands. I did what I was supposed to do. I played my part. If we look at our life as a play, a character in a play, you know how they have costume changes and scenery changes behind you all the time, and then a new part of the play starts. Well, I think our lives are like that too. And so I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm not going to push anybody. I don't tug or pull. I let them be. And I'm very blessed that I am that also. I've always been allowed to be. And it helped me to make my own mistakes. And then I got smart enough to learn from others' mistakes as well. But for the most part, I think if we decide we want something different, think differently. If your thinking isn't in the direction and it keeps coming automatically, because it'll go like, stop it, delete. That is not what you want, but it's what you're getting. It's going to be what you're getting. So you stop that thinking and you put in, like, delete and rewrite in what it is you do want. And then I always say, whatever you want for me, Lord, because you've always blessed me so well. I wanted just a place with air conditioning, a dependable car. When I came to Florida, I already had a house and expenses in Maine, and this was in 2003. And I said, you spoil me. You do whatever you want with me. You spoil me. I live in a palace, a beautiful convertible car came with it. It was incredible, and all I had to do was pay for air conditioning, because the God blesses you if you allow it. And I've always allowed it, because it's always been so much better than what I could dream up for myself. And people say, how'd you get on the water, baby, before me? And Lauren, you know who I'm talking about. So she works so hard, and she is great at her job. But the thing is, I just allow, and it works easily for me. And I am trying to share that with others around me who really seem to enjoy it as they pick it up and take it on. And I get excited about the possibilities of adventures that we haven't thought of being brought to us, because you don't have to think of it. You just have to allow the goodness to come. You want joy? Ask for joy. You want distinction? You want answers? Stop thinking. Stop thinking. You'll get your answers. But as long as you're thinking what the answers are going to be, how can you get an accurate answer? Because the universe, your free will, has got to give you what you're thinking. I love you. And I'll see you next time.